Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm C, also known as Sierra, also known as C's Library, and today we are going to be talking about Earth Day recommendations. With Earth Day coming up, I thought it would be the perfect time to talk about some of the books that I love that celebrate nature in different ways, whether that's through poetry or talks of animals or plants, etc., etc. I thought it would be a great time to give you some recommendations of some books that I think relate to Earth Day in beautiful ways. To note, these aren't really like heavy environmental learning educational books per se, but these are more ones that make you feel connected to Earth in more cozy, gentle ways. So if you were looking for something more peaceful and grounding to read for this Earth Day, let's get into today's video. First up will be The Language of Trees by Katie Holton, and this is genuinely one of my favorite nature reads. This is an anthology with science, with poetry, with a lot of different authors and artists that collaborate to make this beautiful piece. So it is a lot different types in here, but they are all surrounding the topics of trees, not just as inanimate objects in the world, but as living, breathing things that have so much impact on our lives today. This book really makes you slow down and appreciate the world in a different way, and I think that's really important. I think it's almost meditative, the way that it makes you just look up at the world and just appreciate it so much more. Yeah, there's so many good parts of this book. I cannot recommend this enough for Earth Day. Next up is How to Be a Good Creature by Cy Montgomery. And this is a memoir told through different stories of different animals that have impacted her life, that have taught her so much about being human or a part of the world. This book is short and pretty easy to read, but it is also so profound. It makes you just take a step back and realize that all connections with the world start with empathy, it starts with caring, and this is just a really powerful one. Next up will be World of Wonders by Aimee. I'm sorry, I'm not going to butcher that. We'll just this one. This one's also kind of a memoir told in essays that connect to different parts of the world, like landscapes and animals and plants. All of these different focuses on the world that are teaching you something while also connecting it to her personal stories of life. This book really captures the world of wonders in the fact that it's making you look at something so small that we walk by on a day-to-day basis that might seem insignificant, but realizing all of the wonder and magic in the world in such small things. I really love this one. I'd highly recommend it. Another one that feels very Earth Day coded is Words to Love a Planet by Ella Francis Sanders. This one I don't have a copy of only because I read it as an ARC, but it is such a beautiful collaboration of language and art and appreciation for the environment. I honestly think this is a really, really beautiful one. It's bringing language from other cultures and other countries to show you this beautiful connection to the planet that everyone should or does have, and it's just so beautiful. It's a quick and easy read. I would highly recommend it. Next up, if you wanted something a little bit more hands-on, I included the Herbal Handbook by the New York Botanical Garden. I do have a copy of this one. I just couldn't find it right now. I'm thinking, because I've been kind of slowly packing away stuff because my fiance and I are planning to move out soon, that maybe that's where that is, but I do have a copy of this one annotated. I love it. Moving on. This one is great if you're interested in plants in a more practical way. It shows different ways that you can utilize herbs, things like different teas you can make, or it gives you like the explanation of the herbs and why they're so important and its medicinal uses, its regular uses, but also it gives you little recipes throughout it, which I think is really cool. But basically this is a way to like interact with nature during Earth Day and read some sections and maybe try out those recipes. I think this one is important if you're struggling to find a way to make Earth Day tangible for you. So this is a way that you can bring nature into your everyday life. For something a little bit more light and fun, I've added Cat Got Your Tongue by Hannah Shaw. This is another one I had the ARC of, and I have not had the chance to go buy a copy yet, but this one leans more towards the animal side and again language, but it is different idioms of using cats. So all over the world, different idioms people use to represent everyday life, but with cats in it. I think that's really cute. I think all animals are part of our nature in the same way that we are, and I think it is important to celebrate them on Earth Day as well. And I think this is a beautiful addition because it is one of the more fun ones, more upbeat, and I think that's a really nice way to commemorate this Earth Day. Next up, we have Mystical Mushrooms by Aurora Kane. This one explores the world of mushrooms in a more mystical, folklore-inspired way, and it is interesting because it kind of brings a little bit of that magic to real life. It explains to you what those mushrooms mean in the fantasy world where they came to be, known as their titles, things like that that I think are really cool to see and to connect to real life to make it just a little bit more magical. It's a good reminder that things in the natural world can be a little bit mysterious, a little bit strange, in all of the best ways. And finally, to finish off, I wanted to include a little poetry collection, and I've chosen my favorite nature poet, so I am talking about the collected poems of William Butler Yeats. I think Yeats is one of the first poets that really connected me to nature in such profound ways. And I don't know how to describe it. He just has so many beautiful poems talking about landscapes and seasons and the natural world, and almost in a spiritual way talking about the natural world. I really recommend you go check some out. I think that is where my first real connection with nature started in college, because I was so focused on studies and things like that, and nothing about nature called to me at that time because I was just so focused on getting grades and things like that. So I felt like that really helped me take a step back and see my part in this world and appreciate the world better. So I would highly recommend checking out some beautiful nature poems by William Butler Yeats. And those are all of my Earth Day recommendations. I tried to keep a little bit of everything. I put some poetical ones, some practical ones, some more emotional ones, so that you can pick what is more calling to you on this Earth Day. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and definitely comment your favorite nature-focused read so that I can look for more beautiful books like these. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, happy reading!